What's good, everybody? This is Rob, back with another video. Hey man, I'm here with my first 48 hours with the Google Pixel 2 XL. Now, this phone is probably one of the most controversial phones that's probably been out recently. It's drawing a lot of bad press for a lot of good reasons. But at the same time, I'm here to give you my personal impression of this phone and how it's been in my possession. First off, let's start with the build of the phone. Now, this phone is not going to win any design contest by any means. It doesn't come close to the beauty of the Samsung phones, the Note, especially the Note. The Note is a nice looking phone to me, but they did do a couple of right things with this phone. This material in the back doesn't draw a lot of fingerprints, if any at all. Fingerprint sensor is in the perfect spot. The very minimal design on the back, which is pretty cool. This side of the phone, the right side of the phone, where you put your SIM card at, on the other side, this is probably one of the first mistakes I think they probably made with the phone. Having the power button above the volume rocker. But it does take a little bit of time to adjust to that. That's not as bad as some of the other things they've done, but it's something they could have changed. Another problem also is the blue tint that you find in the display when angling the phones at various points. You can see a blue tinge that show up across the display, and that's been causing a lot of problems, and it's probably one of the things that's causing people to have second thoughts about this phone. But basically, I tend to look at my phone straight ahead. I don't view it at angles, so that blue display isn't really a problem and can be easily fixed with a software update to possibly help punch up the colors on this phone, and maybe people won't see that particular blue tinge as much if the color gamut was widened a little bit. Another problem is the navigation button. Now, it's been reported that some phones have this problem, some phones don't. I haven't had the phone long enough to see if those problems actually exist with my unit, but so far so good. From what explanation I hear about this, is kind of similar to your TV, flat screen TVs with OLED displays. Somehow, you know how you have that ghosting of a channel, and if you change the channel, that image kind of stays there for a while, and then it slowly dissipates, and you don't see it anymore. And a lot of people are saying that's probably the same problem you got with this navigation bar. But the problem with this navigation bar is it doesn't move or shift or shifts where it's not using the same pixels over and over again. So I think that ghosting or that look will stay there a lot longer due to the fact that the navigation bar is very static. It doesn't move, it doesn't shift, and it doesn't give the pixels that power this navigation bar a chance to rest and use other pixels. Now, they say you can get screen burn-in with AMOLED screens. It just takes a whole lot longer than it does with these type of panels. So in a lot of ways, nobody is immune to that problem. It's just that it's way more prominent and happens a whole lot faster with this Google Pixel. So now the problem is, do you excuse that? Or is that something that will probably bother you? If it does bother you, then this phone is not for you. One thing I think they can do is, if you see right here, I have the LG V30. Now, I don't know if Google will actually see my little small YouTube channel and and look at my suggestion at how they can actually fix the problem with this navigation bar with something that you can do on the LG and also Samsung phones. There's a little arrow right here. You hit that arrow, you see the navigation bar disappears. You're unable to do that with Pixel phones. If you were able to do that and you can make that navigation bar come and go as you want, that may actually solve some of their problems with the burn-in. I mean, that's just a small suggestion. I mean, that's something they can possibly do with an update. And you could do that both on Samsung phones and LG phones. And there's I think there's a few more phones out there where you can actually control this navigation bar. That could be a little simple solution to possibly a big problem. The software on this phone, get this out the way. The software on this phone is smooth. 8.0 Oreo is smooth as butter. I don't care what it won't lag. You won't have any problems with this. That's the one thing I can say for sure. Also, another thing I forgot, I want to bring this up. You see I have a black wallpaper. Whenever you put the black wallpaper in, you see how your icons turn black and matches the wallpaper? Let me change the wallpaper up, see what happens. Set the wallpaper. Now you see the wallpaper has changed. And look, the pull down bar changed. So it's kind of like a nice theming you can do. Change your wallpaper, whatever that, if it's a dark wallpaper, you're going to get a darker theme. And if it's something a little bit more vibrant, you're going to get the lighter theme when you do your pull down and your, but it's only on this. It's not on your settings. So this settings will always remain the same. So, but it's just for that pull down bar. So that's pretty cool right there. Another advantage that I like about this phone, front facing speakers. That is a major go. Let me pull up a YouTube video. My boy Android Stud, I was looking at his video earlier.
Boom. There's your everybody talking about slow shutter speed on the Essential phone. Here you go. Live and in color, baby. You got a little ball here my dog likes to play with. Boom. Done. These are all HDR. Let's get this.
As you can tell, that's pretty loud, those front facing speakers. Let's see if I can play a little music. You know, you only got a few seconds here. Those front facing speakers are true. It's very reminiscent of the Nexus phones. The camera on this is pretty much out cold. I like some of the camera. Some quick pictures I took with it. Pretty nice. I'm going to add this probably. Going to have it probably up in the corner so you can see it. Anyhow, so far this phone has been a go. I mean, I like it. The screen display is like I said, it doesn't compete with Samsung, but what they try to do is give you that all natural color feel to it. And in a lot of ways, I think it might have been a strategic mistake, but it can be remedied with the software update where you can get a lot more punch from that. So I'm looking somewhere down the line where you're going to get that type of update and they're going to bring you that color punch, because I'm quite sure Google's aware they're taking a hit, and if they can find some way to remedy a little bit of their problems, you can look for that in a software update. Well, guys, I think that pretty much covers it. Battery life, I haven't really been able to establish a good battery profile. I've been getting about, oh man, this Oreo's been getting me over 5 hours, easy over 5 hours. So other than that, when I get a more solid battery profile, I'll let you guys know. But that's it. If you guys have any questions, please leave them down below. A thumbs up this video, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out.